Hello everyone and welcome to the Blue Podcast Network. This is the Gold Show, the Premier League show, and here with me, we've got a star-studded lineup. Tom.
How you doing?
Isaac.
Hello.
And we got Henry as well.
The king is back.
Right.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, wouldn't it make more sense that Isaac...
Oh yeah, because we technically I never left.
because Isaac's
Because
returning
I've
this week.
ground through the summer.
He's back.
Had a bit of a
He's,
hiatus.
he's got the Tiger King hair, so...
It's been a fun
hot minute.
It's been a hot minute. It's been a rough summer. We're getting through it. We're getting sorted.
Hopefully the podcast can cheer you up.
Yes. Let's get
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Exactly.
I wouldn't have come if we'd lost on.
Well,
He's basically just here to...
yeah,
I'm just here to blow.
Yeah.
exactly that. Yeah, there's no better place to start, is there? Manchester City beating Chelsea at Stamford Bridge.
No.
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, after last season, after the two draws, wasn't it?
It was 4-4
Yeah.
and 1-1.
Chaotic. We seem to finally have regained a bit of control. And again, Pep usually struggles against his disciples. With Arteta, always struggled against him. Bielsa always made an absolute meal out of playing against Bielsa. So yeah, it was nice to see him tackle Maresca.
It wasn't easy, though.
It wasn't easy. I think Chelsea's shot numbers flatter us because we let you have a few, not like key
Half
chances,
chances.
but letting you run in behind. But Diaz and Vardiol had a fantastic
Vardy
game.
had a fantastic game.
Like, just every time he just gave them an inch and then picked it up, nabbed it at the last second. He is going to have that.
Yeah.
He's going to have a great season.
He's so fucking happy.
And how did it make you feel seeing? Because for me, Kovacic man of the match.
Oh.
Kovacic and then Rico Lewis.
Is that one of his best games in the Manchester City shirt? I thought he was impeccable in that game. He was everywhere.
Watching him in pre-season, I was like, where has this? Because he was never the fastest, but there was so many moments in pre-season where he'd pick it up just outside of the D, turn and just lightning past, like through. I think it was a game. Did he play Barcelona? I can't even remember what the pre-season games were. It's been, like I said, a rough month. But yeah, just watching him go past those midfielders in pre-season, and he did the exact same thing to Chelsea.
Well, so he did that at Chelsea.
Yeah.
He just didn't do that last season for City.
No.
And I think Pep just couldn't quite figure out how to unlock that from him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think now he's had a proper pre-season with him.
Well, full season. It's always the second season.
Yeah.
Had it with Grealish, we had it with.
He can unlock him, and that's what I always thought Kovacic in a Pep system would work.
Yeah.
Always did.
Oh, he's such an intelligent player, and he's so moldable, and he takes instructions very well.
Yeah.
I think his reputation was tarnished by the Arsenal and the Liverpool games. He should have been sent off in both of them last season.
Oh, yes.
Honestly, they were bad decisions.
How did I feel? Oh well, it is what it is, isn't it? I mean, like the what was it? The last minute penalty away when we were at Anfield, and then it didn't get given in the 98th minute, wasn't it? It was a bit 50-50, but yeah.
And I think it was maybe back-to-back games when Curtis Jones got sent off against Spurs.
Yeah.
For the same challenge.
Yeah, exactly.
That Kovacic did against Liverpool, and I was like, right, that's
inconsistent.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the Premier League, of course, we got inconsistent VAR decisions all around this weekend again.
Yes.
How many penalties do you reckon Chelsea could have had?
One.
I think
only one was potentially a red penalty. The other two would have been very soft.
Yeah.
It's so, like, because they've brought in these new rules about the contact, but it's so subjective.
Yeah, it is, exactly.
Because, like, based on the new rules, everything that Ben White did on corners last year, obviously not a penalty because it's at the other end, but I mean, when he was defending corners as well.
Well, have you seen their new rule about attacking players versus defensive players, which is a load of bullshit? And why the Eze goal?
Oh, that's painful watching that.
That Eze goal should firstly not have been ruled out, but apparently the reason it was blown also shouldn't have been blown until after the ball went into the back of the net, is because in those situations the attacking players are to be refereed differently to the defending players.
That is bullshit.
Attacking players cannot block defending players from going towards the ball, but defending players can block attacking players. Yeah. Make that make sense.
Yeah, no.
Make that make sense.
You need to. There are certain rules where you need more refinement, and you need to look at them and go.
Refining every season.
Yeah, well, no. I mean, there are some rules where it's like things like what constitutes an offside, stuff like that. That does need refining. There are certain rules that just making it worse. Like, you're just overdoing it and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Where it's like, just let them get it. I want to see a player get a rugby tackle to the ground and then just play on. That's what I want to see. I should really just watch rugby, shouldn't I?
You're going to VAR check every decision, every goal anyway, in case there was any infringement. Why blow?
Yeah.
Agreed.
Why blow for it?
Yeah.
Like, the player is clearly not injured.
No.
He's not like he's not got a bone
It's an
sticking out of
attacking
his leg.
potential threat.
Mm.
And if it comes to it afterwards, even if it is sort of like if he wasn't going to influence play anyway, which he wouldn't have, the ball was 5 meters away from it when it was shot in. It didn't influence the play anyway.
No.
So
Yeah,
I
completely agreed.
No,
But yeah, that sort of having different rules for attackers and defenders
Doesn't make sense, does it?
it's just bizarre. It's just silly. It shouldn't be happening. Surely, if you're on the football field, apart from the goalkeeper, because it's a totally different position, you should probably be refereed the same. Is that
Yeah,
not fair enough?
completely agreed.
the same with the Cucurella and the Grealish decisions against Chelsea and against, I can't remember which match it was at the Euros, but the defensive handballs being treated as that's not a foul, play on, didn't influence the play. If they were in attacking positions and they had received that and it had bounced to a City player or a Spain player and they'd scored from it, it would have been ruled out for handball.
Exactly.
So if you would play it differently...
That's more to do with the fact that it leads to a goal.
But if it prevents,
a goal... Well, no, so I think the reason for the Cucurella one was because apparently it wasn't even on target.
Right.
And I think with it's about if it's on target or not.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Because I know Reece James 2 seasons ago, I think it was against City, when he...
Yeah.
That's a straight red, which it was. But if it was like his arm was there and it blasted at him and it hit his arm, and yes, it was going in, then it's just a yellow card.
But if it's in a natural position,
should still be a
so
penalty.
much subjectivity around.
Yeah, no, it's
And
bizarre.
Whenever I get those athletic articles up or when I'm on FOTMOB and reading through, I just don't even look at the articles that are discussing refereeing decision because it just pisses me.
No,
Yeah,
you've got
referees
to
are
watch
irritating.
it yourself because you don't know what half the time what some people were writing, and obviously
No.
they've got silent biases
Yeah.
and things.
I mean, speaking of that handball at the Euros,
Actually, wait, why don't we talk about the handball against City?
because there is something more important. There is only one thing that I want to talk about from this game,
Which game?
and that is that Cucurella got absolutely flattened by Haaland, and I've never been happier in my life. He has been pissing me off for months with his fucking stupid song that he sings. It's so irritating. It just got absolutely twatted, and I loved
I
it.
start laughing whenever I hear it just because how stupid it is.
Stupid song,
It's
but I
just so
don't understand
silly.
why everyone's so
Just-
upset by it.
Inject it into my fucking veins,
That
like
is so-
beautiful.
I don't hate it that
Yeah,
much, but I think
like,
it's funny.
I think the whole thing with him is it's a joke. It's clearly a piss take. He's riding the high of just winning the Euros. Let the man fucking be.
I
And
think
yes,
if he didn't sound the way he does.
yes.
Yes, fucking.
But
So
you're
Haaland's
also
trembling?
salty.
Absolutely not.
But Henry, you're also salty because you're a Brexit boy.
I am.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
no, well.
Oh no!
In vibe, not in politics.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I don't. In politics, doesn't interest me as much as
Yeah.
it should. Actually, in politics, I tend to vote Green Party most of the time.
Right,
But,
okay.
I am going to thank Jamie from behind the camera for that one.
let's get back to the
God's
Chelsea
sake,
game
yeah, no.
because
I'm not a Brexiteer. Just going to clarify
right,
one more
we'll
time.
just get that out there.
No, I know he's not. I meant about football.
Yeah, I am about football. Like, I want to see leg breaks. I want to see Roy Keane. I want to see Eric Cantona.
I do
against
think
the fan.
I'm so salty about Cucurella is because they beat us in the final.
Oh,
A little
100%.
bit. But also, like,
100%.
saying, Haaland's going to be trembling, and it's Haaland who puts him on the floor, and it's like, it's quite funny.
The song.
Do you know?
Someone made
No.
He fucking sang it, so that
Yes.
takes ownership of it.
Someone made imagine you were playing in the Euros final, right?
Wouldn't happen.
I'm saying imagine, and you sound like you do, and everyone hates it, right?
Right? Okay,
And there's
cool,
someone writing
nice,
about
cool.
you, and you've become like this kind of almost because Carlos explained in Spain, everyone loves him. In Spain, everyone loves him.
Yeah.
It'd be the same if you won the Euros.
And
in a
Steve down the
magical
pub
world,
loves me.
and then in Spain, everyone hated you.
Everyone in
Who
Spain does
gives a
hate me.
shit?
But
I'm
that's
sorry.
not something we're going to talk about in the podcast. But let's move on.
Let's
But
move on.
Yeah.
it is entertaining.
Yeah, 100%.
It's
Yeah.
very entertaining.
And
But I also thought Cucurella had a really good game.
I thought he was.
One of the solid
I
players.
thought he was one of the solid players. I
Yeah.
thought when Doku was on his side, I thought Doku struggled. But then as soon as Doku went to the other
Yeah.
side, and then Savio
Savio
went
was very good.
signing of the summer for me. I watched him loads last season. I think he's an unbelievable football player. Honestly, he just runs at people for days. He doesn't stop. So direct, and his final third product is far better than Doku's.
Yeah. No, I think it's going to be good. I think the two-footedness is the thing that concerns me.
Yeah.
He loves it. But, I mean, Arjen Robben was one of the best pet players
Yeah.
I've ever seen, and he was the most
One-footed player. Yeah.
Like Savio.
Mahrez last season as well.
Yeah.
Last season?
Yeah.
No,
2 seasons ago. 2 seasons
It was
ago.
quite a while ago now, I would have
2
thought.
seasons ago.
Yeah.
Is it 2 seasons?
Yeah.
Damn, I thought it was
4?
longer than that.
3?
3.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Mahrez posted
I was
on
gonna say something
posted
like
on Twitter. He was like, I think it was like a question mark or something to him, Savio being announced in the number 26 shirt, because he was like, they've pretty much just bought Mahrez replacement now,
Yeah, they're
which
finally
he will
replaced
be.
it.
Yeah.
I think he will be that good.
Really good combo of Mahrez and Sane.
Yeah.
I think left-footed, fast, but also got that pick out across.
Oh, yeah.
Just well-rounded.
Good
It's what
pet
you need to
player.
be. Wingers need to be well-rounded. They need to have the option of crossing and passing, but also taking a shot. It's why I've been obviously I've been stuck watching Anthony for the last 12 months, which has been depressing. And then I watched Ahmad during pre-season, and it's like he scored this screamer for us in pre-season from the right-hand side, cutting in, shooting on his left, and he gets into the same position again and doesn't just take another shot because he feels like he has to. Makes a smart play, passes it inside, makes the run. Which I just think it's that kind of football intelligence is rare to find in players. So people like Savio, clever player, not just pacey and with a shot on him. Like you need to be able to have those different options to be elite.
Yeah.
And watch United stamp it out of him.
Well, we won, which
did?
I think is the important thing that we need to be focusing on. I thought another signing of I think a player who also should be considered signing of the summer, Mazraoui, for only 12
signing,
million,
yeah, good signing.
looked solid.
He is an upgrade on Wan-Bissaka.
2 foot. I'm very iffy about this because I also think that Wan-Bissaka. I think they're similar levels. I just think Mazraoui being 2-footed puts him above, and it's one of these things where it's like we've made money on that deal and we've kept a similar quality player and we've made money off it, which allows us to go out and get a
He fits your
midfielder.
style more.
And he fits.
Yeah.
That Ten Hag
Liam
likes him.
Delect as well has been-
Finally, I've been waiting 5 years for this since he went to Juve, and I was like walking through my local Sainsbury's in sixth form, and I've been like, "Oh, we're gonna get to Lex, it's gonna be great." And he went to Juve, and I was like, "Ah, shit, that's a bit awful." Finally got him. Very happy.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
Oh, nice, cool.
No,
Yeah, very
no,
nice.
no. But
Yeah.
no, I mean, as for
No,
as
no
for Delict
criticism.
as a signing, how do you think he's going to settle in his first season? Because sometimes it takes players a little while. Or do you reckon he's just going to slot straight in straight away?
He'll be playing the same. It's the first time ever he's playing under the same manager, and I think consistency helps players personally.
He was pretty good under that manager.
Yeah,
he was
it wasn't
very
bad,
good under
was
that
it?
manager.
Yeah,
I
to be
see
fair to
him stepping up. I could see him as a potential captain because I know Bruno is like he's got that passion, but I don't see him as a captain. I think
Oh, don't get us started.
I think I could see Delict as a captain option going forward, being 100% being an option.
Bruno, I'm sorry.
A leader out from the back, and then a partner. I'm surprised that they never play together, Martinez and Delict, because they just suit each other so well. One's pressy and aggressive and is going to go out there and win the ball high. The other one is a good reader of the game, a good passer, and someone who is able just to sweep in behind and got a solid tackle on him.
Martinez was a DM before he moved to Ajax. I remember because I was following the Delict stuff really closely. City were,
Yeah.
I think, like second position to sign him. But
What, Martinez?
Yeah, no. Delict.
Oh, Delict. Oh, yeah.
Like that's that season. Well, I think he went in the summer. I think De Jong went in the January to Barcelona.
He
or
went the January
signed in
before. De
January.
Jong went first. Yeah, I remember that one.
We were in for both of them, and we lost both of them. But I mean, we ended up with Rodri and we ended up with Diaz. So I don't.
Yeah, no
It's not
complaints.
bad.
Yeah,
not-
like, I was disappointed at the time, but looking back on it, but yeah, I remember like because I was following it quite closely, and then they brought in Martinez. He was a DM, but they're like, we're going to move him, but he played. I mean, that Ajax team, you had who's the one who moved to United before them?
Van der Beek.
Oh, Van der Beek, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause
Yeah,
he
well, that
playing
was-
DM for,
Well, he
for
played.
Ajax,
He
so it's
played
so
10.
weird.
He played 10, and then when De Jong left, he took up De Jong's position and played DM. And I thought that's quite well rounded. That's good. He can play in the 8 behind Bruno, and they can do a little pairing. And I thought the same thing with Mount, and I thought the same thing with Pogba. No, it never happened.
Oh, we've just got to unlock them.
And now we've just made a De Jong like regen in Mainu, so you know life's good. It's like we can't have De Jong. De Jong won't come. Okay, cool. Give me this academy kid. I'll make a De Jong.
Yeah.
And like,
But I
But-
don't think what you were saying about it takes a while for signings to settle in. Signings always seem to settle in straight away at United, and then it's the second season that they have a bit of a identity crisis.
A wobble.
Yeah.
Like Casemiro was
Yeah, last season, Casemiro.
fundamental
but-
for the
yeah.
first year.
Yeah, I mean against Fulham, I thought him and Maino in the midfield. I thought they were really, really good. Like I don't usually watch when I usually watch Manchester United, I come away from it quite happy because I think they don't play well. But then sometimes they don't play well, and then they still bloody win.
Yeah.
But they actually won, and then they played well. Like I don't know how
Yeah.
good Fulham are going to have this season,
well,
but
Fulham played pretty well.
they
Yeah.
didn't do too badly.
there
but-
are some dodgy things. The fact that they're also getting Joaquim Anderson from Crystal Palace
That's
for
just
30
shock.
million
Wait,
is
what?
ridiculous.
Yeah, so he's gone from Fulham
Russia
to
today.
Crystal Palace, then back to Fulham.
Well, Fulham was a loan, I think.
Yeah.
From Lyon.
He was like so good for Palace.
He was one of
Yeah.
their best players, and he's one of the best centre backs in the
Well,
league.
They're not
I think
losing
it's the
Gabe
cost.
then.
I think it's the cost. It must be they
He's on.
probably need to get.
But they've already
one
sold
thing.
Eze.
On the highest wages.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they sold Elise already. Sorry. So like, what more money do they need? If they sell Gahey now, then they're not
Well,
going
they
to finish
surely
high.
can't.
They're
He's
in
their captain as
for they're in for Lacroix.
Yes.
Lacroix. Don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
Court-
that's like
Court of
15
Vibe
million.
guy.
Yeah.
Have you not seen the Rebel?
Quite a vibe. Yeah, no, it's a song that's
Oh,
another
it was
stupid
there
song.
was a singer on the song, and it looked like him, and then they met up and everything, which was so fun. Honestly, it was
that
hilarious.
deal-
Ages ago. This is like COVID time.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, wait.
That deal is like 15 million
For
for Lacroix.
Yeah.
So you're
He's not-
making 50
he's not
million
gonna-
and Lacroix. Like that's a good deal as well.
He's a player who's very high rated because he is fast on FIFA.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why people know.
Yeah.
Can't
Yeah.
say I've ever
And-
watched
and
him, to
they
be
don't
honest.
really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not
He's
really a
one
risk for
where
15 million.
He seems a bit like a Palace type player. He could do well. He's mid-20s.
Yeah,
He's
I
early,
believe
early.
so.
It's like
Still
23
early.
maybe.
Okay.
22, 23, I thought.
Oh, he's still that young.
Oh yeah, he came into the. It was
Might
like,
be a bit
because he was
older.
like a career mode, like
Yeah.
future star 18.
Oh yeah,
Everyone signs him on FM still, but
Centre back with
yeah.
85
Get him for 10 million. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, they're getting him for. I say it's 15 million pounds. Like I know that maybe it's just a thing where prices are starting to come down, inflation's starting to drop a little bit, because like 30 million seems low, but 15 million seems low for Lacroix as well. So maybe it's not that bad of a deal. Because I know Anderson's a better player, a way better player than Lacroix, but is it that much that they can make a profit on him? And like, it's not.
Really?
It's a good replacement, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We seem
He's
to
my
be
age.
Wow.
rating players fairly, like world class players are going for now like 15 million more than they were a few
Yeah,
years ago.
agreed.
Like
Inflation.
60 mil for a decent striker, and then now you've got Nunez for 70, Alvarez for
Jesus.
75 mil. Like those
Is
sort
he
of
going?
numbers.
Or
He's
not?
gone.
He's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
to Madrid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, he
That's
came.
a
stu-
stupid. That's a
Delegate
stupid
thing
fucking
and-
thing.
they prioritised him
Over
over Gallagher.
Stupid for who?
And then
Would you say?
That's
City.
stupid for City. Why?
Do you
He
think?
was so good for you last
80
time.
million.
But mate, there was a period where he played every game for like 20 matches in a row,
He doesn't unseat. Yeah, because Haaland was injured and De Bruyne was injured. He doesn't unseat
and he was
Haaland.
elite as well.
Now we've got our wings sorted. Foden plays in the middle, so Foden is the De Bruyne.
Yeah, but De Bruyne, how long is it going to be until De Bruyne ages out? Like he's what 32,
Oh,
33?
soon, but then Foden takes the mantle, and we get either McAtee or we get someone else who we're probably going to.
But is Alvarez not like leagues beyond those players?
Attacking midfielder for another 20 million.
75 million?
And
Apparently
make
we're in for
55 million pound profit.
Rahashi from Celtic.
Yeah, that seems.
that's
How
good.
old is he? Is he like?
He's
20?
like 28.
Oh, that seems.
But it's fine. See, we're willing to get someone in as a stopgap, wait a couple of years, and
And
get
then
someone.
sell
in.
those-
I know
Yeah,
it's a lot
City
of
are
money,
not fast.
You've
but
also-
that
you've got a
seems
lot of-
stupid.
You've got a couple young
what's his name?
Brazilian Argentinians. I know.
Argentinian we bought in.
Erivice, you've got
That was-
Keiki,
Yeah, like
you've
you've
got a
got-
few.
Keki's gone. Keiki is.
Well, he's on loan.
I'm past Keiki.
Okay, cool,
he's not
nice.
gonna make it.
You've got some young players in and around.
Well,
you can
yeah.
bring in, and Alvarez was how much?
We bought him for 15 million.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
It's a great
if
bit
you're
of
stupid-
profit.
You'd be stupid
yeah.
not
So
to.
with Jesus was really decent. Why would we get rid of him? Oh, we got rid of him.
But Jesus didn't.
For a third of the price. He scored.
Jesus was
scored
probably
some
he
fundamental
was
goals.
good.
Alvarez, I
good.
don't know if it was last season or it was probably the season before actually, but that season where he won the World Cup and the treble and was one of your best players as well. Like it just seems like if a player is like one of your elite players, you don't sell him.
He's
Yeah, but
never
it's
gonna be a
City.
star.
I think he was.
He's never going to be a star.
No.
He
We're
was.
not gonna let
Jesus
him-
was never as good
Okay.
as Alvarez
If we
was.
were Man United, we
but
keep
they-
him because he's such a fundamental player
Yeah.
and is essential to the fabric of the club, and then we lose him on a 3-2 seasons down the line.
Yeah.
He was never going to leave on free. You could have gotten
Yes,
him
but
minutes.
you're not-
Pep
the
rotates
further
so
down his
much
contract he
anyway.
gets,
The less it
the
will be.
less they'll get him.
Yeah.
They'll get for
Yeah.
him.
But they
100%.
shouldn't need to
Going
sell it.
go. He needs consistent football. He's not going to get that at City.
No.
But Pep rotates so much anyway. I just don't see the point.
No, he doesn't.
It's
But
tell you what.
Any
It's
player who kicks up a fuss, any player who kicks up a fuss,
They
we
go.
let them leave.
They
yeah.
go.
He's not gonna.
Yeah.
If we keep him as a bench player, he's not gonna have the impact
No.
this year that he has had because he,
No,
he
but-
doesn't want to be there.
I,
No,
I,
I totally
don't
agree.
agree. Personally, I don't agree. But I don't think it's as
Well, we all
stupid.
three of us
the
agree
weather.
and you don't,
It's
so-
always the weather.
Yeah.
You can stand it if you're a star player and the weather's shit, but you can't stand it
Yeah.
if you're a rotation player
Yeah.
and the weather's shit.
Yeah.
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 And also, his family. Important part for the
Right.
Alvarez thing. His family's visa's expired this year as well.
Oh, okay.
So they would have had to, and because he is Argentinian, he can go to Spain, and they.
And this.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair
so
enough.
that
Yeah.
was a
Yeah.
major part, and I'm fairly sure his agent is heavily connected with the family as well. So it's like
Yeah, maybe it's but it's a stupid deal for me. But I think it's not as stupid as that one over there. The fucking
That one?
Why would you let your best one of the best players that come out of your academy in years, one of probably your player of the season last year, go for FFP? I don't understand why Gallagher has left Chelsea.
Because people.
I don't get how that's been allowed to happen.
Maresca's got no sort of control over who comes in and who goes out. He has no control over anything. He's got all of these players in this team, and yes, a lot of them are going to leave by the end of the transfer window. I do think that as well. But I just think he's just there as a placeholder. He's the manager, but he's not going, oh, you know what? Let's look at this player, we can bring him in. Let's look at this player, we can bring him in. It's all Todd Bowley and the Chelsea lot at the top telling the transfers. He's got no say.
No.
No say.
That's
at
why he
all.
was brought in.
Not Todd Bowley anymore, is it?
Bowley, it's Ekbali.
Right.
I'm
But-
pretty sure.
Still the same amount of transfers though. So
that
I
great?
don't think much has
You've got-
changed.
You've got Gallagher in there.
I think Gay Gui was a Maresca signing.
From Barca.
From Barca. I think Neto was also a Maresca signing because there was no hype around it.
Mhm.
Felix makes sense because, and that's why also got Drewsbury Hall. We sold Gallagher because he wants Felix and Drewsbury Hall, for example, who are attacking midfielders who score.
Felix though.
Maybe not.
The Felix was a stopgap because you lost a number 9. Like
Yes.
the deal fell through because Chelsea were being greedy with image rights.
Yeah.
And you wanted a player who, has only had one season, but he had a very, very good season. I'm fairly sure has nearly reached Felix's output in La Liga.
Aurelion
in
we're talking
one
about here.
season. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he didn't want to go, and you've ended up paying, I think, like 12 million euros more, and you're no longer making money on the Gallagher deal.
It seems like
I know for pure profit because he's
pure
an
profit,
academy
and we can
player.
spread out.
you just seem way too desperate to get rid of Gallagher because the only reason the Felix deal has happened is
He was
because you.
desperate to go.
We forget you guys are also
Yeah, he was
forgetting
desperate
he's
to go.
rejected 3 contracts.
Well,
He
no.
wanted to
No.
go.
Let
Before
me
Maresca came
Yeah.
in.
let me clarify. Right, Felix definitely did want to go. Like that's
No,
we've known.
Felix wanted to stay at Chelsea. Pochettino didn't want him,
Yeah, and he just went
and
back.
so he went back.
But that's
He didn't have
fine.
a fun time at Barcelona.
But it was.
Gallagher rejected 3 contracts before Maresca even came in.
Did
So
he?
he was leaving
was
no
this?
matter what. Yes.
He's been going since about April.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But that's the
This-
thing.
this is what I
You've
mean
got,
also with the
you've
media,
got
though.
so many players.
But I think the
Trying
only
to decide
one-
who leaves. If someone wants to go, you let them go.
It's one of these things where, like, obviously, it's a very united thing that a player comes through the academy and is very good, and they do not like. It's a rarity that we sell somebody who comes out of our academy. It doesn't happen. If you're good enough, and you come out of the academy, you're in the team. Like that just happens. So to see a player from your academy just go like that.
I think they
Like
don't
if
think
I
they're
were
good
if I were Chelsea, I would be like, okay, Gallagher, I know you've rejected 3 contracts. I'm going to give you everything you want to keep you because you
enough. I think
are
they're
the
No.
fabric of this club.
No,
I don't
think
agree
you're
with that.
Forgetting, like, Mount left because his dad's a United fan,
Well, because he's greedy.
and he's
That's why.
greedy as fuck.
That's
Gallagher,
why.
it looks like, actually, the media don't want to spin it this way, but Gallagher left because he wanted more money. Because he rejected 3 different contract approaches.
And he felt really hurt about the fact that you were signing players on 7-year contracts and he
Yeah.
was offered 2 with a 1-year extension.
Exactly. Well, that's stupid
Like,
as well.
that's-
But
You can
also,
reject 3
he
awful
shouldn't have had a new
contracts.
player.
And unfortunately, he's not world class.
No,
He is not.
he's fantastic.
I don't think he's far off it. I think he was
World
your
class.
best player.
Delusional
But no.
sometimes.
But he was your best player last season.
Yeah,
or
he's not
one
world
of.
class.
He's a Fletcher.
He also wasn't. Palmer was.
You
But
know,
no,
he's,
but
he's, he's a Fletcher. He's a, well, actually underrating Carrick slightly, but
Yeah.
like he's not.
Carrick was incredible. Carrick.
But,
Right.
But Fletcher was. There.
I understand why you're saying he's a Fletcher, but I also think there needs to be balance to your midfield. And the way that Maresca plays and the way that Chelsea are going to go moving forward, you have like an attacking midfielder in there, Felix, whoever, Dewsbury Hall,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if he steps forwards and puts Lavia in there.
Enzo or
Kunku, you
Enzo.
have options now.
Yeah.
You do have options. Then you have like somebody deep playmakers like Enzo, whatever, somebody like that, Lavia.
Ku-
And then you have
Caicedo.
one in there as the box to box, the captain, the guy who's going to run around, not a Fletcher, a Keane,
And
someone who's going to
Lavia
run around and just
and
kick 3
Caicedo.
shades of shit out of
No,
people.
Mate,
Mate,
You've got-
in
we've
the
got- we've got-
90s anymore.
No,
That's
yeah.
the box-to-box midfielders
We've got-
don't really have a place
Here.
in
No.
top teams.
This is what I
Liverpool
mean.
moved away from it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like-
We moved
like,
we moved
without
away
them
from it
stop
because
being-
that doesn't work anymore. And we could go on about this all day, whether
He's a
about
Henderson.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
He's
Because
better
there's so
than
much to
Henderson.
talk about.
Better, I think.
I think
but
Henderson was a better passer.
Yeah, I
Henderson
mean,
was a better passer.
there's so much to talk about with
Gallagher's
Chelsea.
just got an engine.
So much.
He's an engine,
Yeah.
but you don't always need an engine.
Exactly,
You've got
you
players
don't.
that can
Not
play it
necessarily.
around.
Yeah.
Lavia, Enzo, and Caicedo were all better than him,
yeah.
and all fit the roles.
I
that
wouldn't
they
say
play
Lavia is better than him
in
at
a
all.
possession basis.
Yeah.
I'd say it's tight on Caicedo. I say Enzo definitely is. I think it's tight on Caicedo as well.
Mate,
Gallagher
Caicedo
was
the last
so
season was
good.
phenomenal. And Lavia's
Oh.
been fantastic so far this season.
Doesn't mean he's better than
Probably
Gallagher,
our best midfielder. Lavia.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
but I still don't think he's better than
Enzo-
Gallagher.
Enzo in
I-
the
I
first
do-
15
I-
minutes.
Enzo was unbelievable.
Yeah.
He played 3 world-class
Yeah.
passes and then.
I do think
stopped.
there was flashes where that midfield really worked, where, you know, when they'd almost ping it between the 3 of them and then we'd end up high up the pitch, and so there was flashes, and I do think the media, I mean, the fact that on Monday Night Football Spurs drew to fucking Southampton. Sorry, I'm swearing too much. I shouldn't be doing. I'm just saying.
It's getting passionate. It's getting his passion
the fact
out.
that Spurs drew to Southampton, and
Leicester.
most of the Leicester. Sorry, I'm just annoyed. And most of the punditry was about Chelsea losing to the best team in the world.
Oh yeah, no, we were all expecting you to lose. Like we all came in and we were like,
And
yeah,
we
no,
lost.
no.
Yeah.
Pretty reasonably. Like,
Well, yeah.
Yeah, 1-0
reasonably.
was good. I thought you'd get dicked personally,
2-0,
but
actually.
yeah, it was
Right.
2-0. Oh, even better.
Anyway,
Can we talk about Liverpool, actually?
let's
Yeah.
move on.
Yes.
Did anyone else actually watch the game? Or
Liverpool game.
I watched
Um,
flashes of it because I was
yeah.
Bits of
racing
it.
dragon boats at the time.
well,
Unfortunately,
first
First half
half.
you were shocking.
First half was dreadful.
You were
I was
awful.
thinking this is gonna be a long old season if we play like this the
Was it
whole
Liverpool
game.
playing badly, or
It
were
was
Ipswich playing well?
Liverpool playing badly, and it was Ipswich pressing high and getting their bodies in the right areas on the pitch, and that's what worked for them. They I think I saw a statistic on Monday Night Football. They had the most sprints, most distance covered. I think it was in the entire Premier League that weekend. Yeah, they were
Yeah.
absolutely relentless in that first 45, and Liverpool couldn't cope with it. Ipswich didn't really create too much though. They
There
had
was
a half
one
chance.
over the top where the ball was played way too wide and he just kind of got forced out
Yeah.
and he couldn't get the shot away. But if it played kind of to the left of him, he was probably through on goal.
But I think this group of players suits a lot more than Klopp based on that second half. I thought they were absolutely unbelievable. Some of the passing football, it was one touch. There was this the first goal that we scored. Oh my! Well, I couldn't believe it. It was a back and forth passing, just 3-4 in the centre, and then Gravenberch plays it out to Salah. Salah knocks it to Trent, and Trent plays like a 40-yard curve pass along the floor, and then Salah knocks it across the box to Jota. I thought they just came out. The second half looked a completely different team. I couldn't believe it. Like under Klopp, you saw decent passing at times, but it would always be like a Robertson cross or a Trent cross or something more like that.
And Thiago just do something.
Yeah, or Thiago does something magical when he's not on the sidelines. But, you know, it was just really, really good to watch the second half. And I know people are going to say it's only Ipswich, but there was tactical changes already. Like
He saw there was a problem and made the switch, which is always good to see.
Liverpool playing out from the back, it was totally different. It was more like Robertson and Trent were so far further infield than wide on the pitch. So when Ipswich would have a counter attack, you'd have the whole back four there. You wouldn't have Trent 30 yards up the pitch jogging back, or Robertson 30 yards. Yeah, a lot more disciplined, and I think that definitely helped out, because I think if Ipswich attacked us and then we had those two up the pitch, it would have been like a 2-on-3. We would have conceded under Klopp, I think.
Yeah.
But you kind of have to do that because of the way you've built your midfield with Gravenberch. Was it with Gravenberch, McAllister and Szoboszlai?
Yeah.
How attacking that is.
Yeah.
Like, if you do not leave your fullbacks back and keep four on there, you're going to get dicked and
exposed.
every counter attack.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, this is my one concern with you. You don't have a DM.
No.
You have Endo, who's 31.
Endo is bottom of the pile.
Exactly, and he's bottom of the pile. Like, the fact that Zubimendi rejected you is actually awful for you. I'm very happy about it, but it's actually awful for you.
I think that's just that's Zubimendi wanting to stay at Real Sociedad, isn't it?
But if you look at the grand scheme of what it means for you, it's not great.
No, I mean, not necessarily. I thought when I saw Gravenberch in the lineup and as a 6, I thought, oh, this could be interesting. I've not really seen him play in such a deep role, but he was actually pretty decent, to be fair. Second half, playing some passes about, and he was just using his body well to get round players and past players. He looked very comfortable on the ball, a lot more comfortable than what I saw him in the first season anyway. At times he looked very clunky, very clumsy. He was a little bit more controlled.
Hadn't had like a full season of full first team football. Like, he didn't really had a bit of that at Ajax, moved to Bayern Munich
and got
2
nothing.
years too early.
Yeah,
agreed.
Too early, really, and didn't play that much there.
No.
Do you think it's more because I think one of Klopp's issues is, like, he's such a good motivator and he's such a good, like, man manager, but I think sometimes you just lost not momentum, but like you were only able to play at like 85-90%.
Yeah.
In like towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
It'd be so intense. And City's bad bit was always in the middle, whereas you'd always get over that hump so well. And then we'd just catch you up at the end.
Yeah, I also think it was down to Klopp being too loyal.
Yeah.
I think that was a slight weakness of his. Slot at half-time took off Konsa. Said he was losing too many aerial duels. Klopp would never have done that. I would have been very shocked. And second half, Kanate came on and mopped everything up. He was brilliant.
I was surprised he didn't start anyway. I do like Kwanzaa, and I think he's quality. And I think he's probably going to be an England player eventually.
Yeah.
But I just think Kanate is an elite centre-back.
He's a good centre, I think it's just because Kwanzaa's better on the ball. And that's and Slot prefers people who are better on the ball. That's why Endo's at the bottom.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
I think you need to manage the development there, because I think that's your Van Dijk.
Yeah,
that's his
He will be
replacement.
playing alongside Kanate. So I think like you'll probably see that maybe
those
in
two.
FA Cup games, maybe League Cup games.
No, exactly. Yeah, I mean, elsewhere, Arsenal beat Wolves 2-0 at home.
Yeah.
Solid result for them.
Solid,
Yeah.
what we
I think
expect.
Wolves played well.
Yeah.
Every season I have them towards the bottom.
Yeah.
And the last two, they seem to be. Yeah, I
Their
really.
build-up play this season, I've noticed, is a lot better.
I really rate the manager.
Yeah.
He was.
Gary O'Neill is solid.
Yeah.
100%.
I don't know what. Well, I know why he was let go by Bournemouth, and it's because they've got Iraola, who seems to also be really, really decent. But I don't think they needed to make that jump.
The way they pass the ball sometimes is.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
And they've lost Kilman and who was the other guy? Neto, both left, like two of their key players, and they're fine.
Yeah.
They're fine.
I mean, they definitely should have been down to 10 men. Couldn't believe that.
Like,
Oh my god!
I don't know.
How?
Shocking. Absolutely shocking. He choked Havertz and grabbed him to the ground.
Jesus
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Jesus gets a yellow from it.
Yeah.
somehow,
I mean,
like,
it's
funny.
so bizarre. But
It's funny, but I love to see it.
Yeah.
The second one
I
is
think.
borderline sexual
I
assault.
think the second one, because of the way that he was bent over, there was no way.
There's
that
no
the
need
defender
for
could-
it.
Well, because he was time wasting. There was no way that he could move him on
Yeah, I think
with
that's-
anywhere else that he had touched. If he pushed him on the back, like anything else would have knocked him over. Whereas that's going to move him out the way. Is the justification?
Yeah.
The fact
It still doesn't look great, does it?
That
Yeah.
Yeah.
was clear as day.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the Newcastle as well. They had a pretty dodgy decision, I think, go against them. To be honest, I didn't think that would. If surely you're going to send one off, you're sending both off.
Oh,
but I think it should be a yellow card for both. I don't understand.
Is this Barres and Diaz versus Shah?
Yeah, I just think it's ridiculous. It's pathetic.
Each other anyway.
It's absolutely pathetic.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. But yeah, Newcastle got the win, and
Southampton
didn't do too badly.
I got loads of points out of Pope for that, but I got no points because they didn't play fucking Trippier this week, and I got no points out of him.
He's not very happy. No,
booming.
But I'd maybe get him out your squad.
Yeah, I think it's FPL time. But shout out to
FPL.
Brighton for their win at Goodison Park. They were brilliant that day.
Shout out to Brighton just in general this summer.
Ashley Young got sent off as well.
Some insane, and they've got 2 more players they want to bring in.
Yeah.
So I think they're really.
Minter and Vifer, they look.
Yeah. I think we need to be very, very scared about Everton. I think this could be it. I really do. I'm looking at the squad right now and I'm thinking, oof, this could be over. Brighton, did I predict they would go down? I'm pretty sure I did.
To go down?
No, you didn't, surely.
No, I think I did. But this was before they did any business, right? And their squad looked awful.
They've been doing business also. When did you predict this?
The start of the summer. Like early doors.
To go down?
What?
Like, bro, but at the time they hadn't made any signings, right?
Nah,
Mate.
They hadn't made any signings, and they'd sold Gross. I think that was when I did this. Yeah, they'd sold Gross, and no one had come in. And I thought that's your captain gone, your best player last season.
Yeah, but that doesn't.
You haven't made any signings.
But
what are you gonna
surely
do?
them losing Pascal Gross at that time does not make them drop that.
But I
far.
thought they were close to it last season. They looked awful last season as well. And
Well, at times they did, under De Zerbi, 100%.
But since then they've gone and got Gruder, who's somebody the manager likes. Rutter, who was one of the best players in the Championship last season. Mats Pfeiffer, as you said, looks great. Minter's got pace. Osman they've got in on a free, who's got pace. And then they've finally got Barco in the door and playing.
They've got like 90 million wingers.
But they look great. And players who I think are average, like Milner and Welbeck, actually look like they're stepping up. So maybe I'm going to hold my hands up with that one and say I'm wrong.
I'd hold your horses on that one. Welbeck always has about 3 or 4 games a season where he is ridiculously good and gets goals and assists.
Well,
and then will disappear from the
yeah.
Well, if he
I'm not speaking to the mic, sorry.
if he does,
Welbeck will be good for about 3 or 4 games and then disappear again.
yeah. Well, if that's what happens, then you've got either Inesio, you've got Ferguson, you've got O'Mahony.
You've got options.
And João Pedro.
And
João Pedro stepping forward out
I
of
mean,
10.
a 5.5 million Welbeck, if he would keep it up, that wouldn't be a bad shout. I mean, he's got Ipswich and Nottingham Forest game week 4 and 5 at home. I'm looking at that and I'm thinking,
purple patch.
Yeah, he's in a purple patch.
I've got Pedro in that.
Yeah,
I've got Pedro as well.
Yeah,
who was fantastic at points last season. Probably, other than Tony, the best penalty taker in the league.
Yeah, I could.
Or Cole Palmer.
Oh yeah,
forget about
Can't
him.
forget him.
Scored how many penalties?
Forgot about him.
Right.
Didn't see him on the screen.
Should we talk about our fantasy teams then?
Let's do that. Who wants to go through first?
Who's got the lowest score?
I got the lowest score.
Right. Okay.
I got 47. Is that the lowest?
I think so.
Believe so.
So I had Pickford in goal, which was stupid.
Same here. Woo!
Is that negative?
I listened to Lloyd because Lloyd's normally intelligent.
But Everton 13 clean sheets last year.
Because I'm pretty sure Pope was the same value.
He is the same price.
Yeah, just a little bit of a difference in value of points.
Yes, and I was thinking Pope, and I went with Pickford. I was like,
Sorry,
what are you
man.
talking about?
Sorry, man.
It's Brighton. Yeah.
Although my back three, I will say my back three pretty solid. Trent with 8, Porro with 9, and Sleep with 6. Got more. So my defence combined got more points than my midfield combined, and then separately my attack combined.
Oh, wow.
In all fairness, my attack was awful as well.
My midfield stunk the gaff out with Bowen 2, Palmer 2, Gordon 3, Eze 2.
Oh.
Lol.
Captain Isak got 5 points, and then obviously got double to 10. Watkins 2, Solanke 2. So, not a good first week in the attacking senses.
Not at all.
But feeling positive for the week coming up.
Right.
Who's on your bench?
Well, so I've fucked up, and I was supposed to. I kind of just, when you're really sleepy in the morning, you just don't think. I wanted to put Gusto in because some of Chelsea's. So Chelsea have Wolves, Palace, and Bournemouth coming up.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that's a good set of
Gusto's
pictures.
really going to start. I was like, I'll put Gusto in. He's going to start every game, and he's more likely to have attacking productions. And I clicked Kukurea. So that's positive.
And he's injured now.
No, he's not.
He went off.
Came off with a knock.
Was
Yeah.
Cramp.
How was it cramp?
But although I have brought him in, Wolves away, Palace at home, Bournemouth away.
You
not
might get some clean
bad.
sheet. You might get a couple of clean sheet bonuses
Yeah.
in there,
And
but it's rare that you do get them. Like
I see Palace and Bournemouth giving you a good
I
game.
brought Nkunku in for Watkins because they're playing Arsenal.
Right.
What happened?
And
Sunday
he
played
wasn't.
Arsenal?
He didn't. He
Yeah.
didn't. Against West Ham,
He looked
they
off
won. He didn't look himself.
it. No, he did look off it. He looked like he'd had a long summer and not
Yeah.
had a lot of pre-season or
Yeah.
training. I did figure that.
Yeah, so I'm going midfield 5 of Bowen, Palmer, Gordon, Eze, and Kunku because yes, none of them. Well, no, Eze should have got points
Yeah.
last week on the weekend. I think that 3 or 4 of them should return,
I am slightly concerned.
and then Isaac and Solanke up top.
I am concerned about Palace because they've obviously lost Elise. The fact that they're losing Anderson as well now, it
I'm
does
not- actually not
concern
worried
me a
about
little
I'm
bit.
not worried for them.
I'm not.
If they seem like they're keeping Eze.
Yeah, that's good.
Mateta just had a phenomenal
Mhm.
summer for France
Yeah.
in the Olympics.
He looked knackered
He
in that
looked
first
tired,
half.
but I think give him a bit of a when he comes back into it.
You got Edouard as well.
Yeah, I don't get why they didn't
Edouard's
start
good.
him
He
in the
was- he
first
killed it
place.
for
I find
Celtic.
that really odd from them.
because it's Mateta who's playing.
Yeah.
They've got a couple of good young players
Yeah.
that are coming through. I actually just started a
Go,
Palace
he's just gonna get better.
FM save.
Nice.
But yeah, they've got Raksaki. Should be his breakout season.
We'll see.
Yeah, they always seems to do fine.
Yeah.
I had them going down last year because they literally just bought Lerma in and that was it.
I think
But then they got
Lerma
Then
was
they
a
got
good
Wharton
season.
in January.
Yeah.
Wharton, I forget Wharton.
I mean,
Wharton was a
Fantastic.
great signing.
They've still
Yeah.
got Decore.
Yeah.
Will Hughes is a new man. He's found legs
Yeah.
finally.
Yeah.
Like it is. They're good, and the manager is really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I like the manager a
I
lot.
think just yeah.
I mean,
Get,
that Eze
get
goal goes
settled.
in, it's a completely different game.
Yeah,
I think
Oh, 100%.
Eze was out a lot last season anyway.
Yeah,
Like
true.
Eze is a
And
terminally
Elise
injured
missed
player.
most of the season.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's what I
Sorry.
mean. Elise.
Eze played.
Well, they
more than
both
Elise.
were out for long periods.
Eze
but
missed a lot less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think holding on to Eze because I know City were really interested in Eze.
Yeah.
But I think I'm glad we waited because that would have just been a.
You are next.
Am I next?
I
Yeah.
believe
I've got
so.
52 points.
Below the
So,
average.
Yeah, below average, unfortunately, 57. Henderson in goal. I've got him because I think, like I said, I'm back in Palace. I think Palace are going to do quite well this year.
Did Henderson play that game? I thought it was
Henderson
Johnson.
played, yeah.
Henderson
Two-
played,
two
yeah.
points.
Have they decided it's going to be
It's
Henderson over
gonna be,
Oh
Johnson?
yeah,
then?
yeah.
They've
he's
made
been
that
back,
decision.
and
Okay.
I think that is the
Yeah.
right thing.
It's the right call.
Younger age
it was,
profile, better on the ball. Yeah,
It was Woy. Woy decided that Sam Johnston was going to.
he likes a traditional goalkeeper, Roy. 100%.
But then I've got first time I've ever put a Man United player in my FPL.
Oh, wow.
I loved a lot.
Oh,
Because he did well, 7
Dallo or
points.
Dalot?
Dallo.
I pronounce it Dallo, but he can pronounce
You could. I mean,
it
I'm not
just-
going to trust your
yeah.
pronunciation. Dallo.
Dallo.
Yeah.
right, so fuck
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
usually
that's
say
a
Dallo. I don't know why I said Dallo. Got Trent
Yeah.
and Mitchell again.
Mitchell's on my
Think-
bench.
Yeah.
No, actually, I sold him
Uh,
for Robinson.
So Dallo got 7, Alexander got 8, and Mitchell got 1. But it should have been more. 'Cause they shouldn't have. And then I last minute swapped out Cole Palmer for Saka, which was
Oh wow, that's a master stroke.
Uh,
That wow.
12 points for him. I've got to have Foden in, even if he's not doing well. Got to bet my boy. 1 point. No, just came off the bench. I
He'll
think.
still start next game.
He wasn't
fit,
fit. No, that's not because
no.
he's going to be dropped. That's just because he isn't fit.
No. But I think there's going to be some selection issues, headaches, because obviously Savio and Doku both played very well.
Did Savio come off with an injury?
Yes.
Savio did, but I think it was just
It's just a strain.
precautionary.
Okay,
It's too early in the season to risk it, really.
Got Matoma, 8 points.
Matoma.
Yes.
I think he's going to have a fantastic season.
Incredibly intelligent man.
Oh yes.
Yeah, university and everything, isn't he?
Yeah, stopped it. Yeah, went to uni instead of going to academy, which I think. Yeah.
Same thing that Indeed did.
Yeah.
Indeed, he did.
Yeah, went to
Um,
uni. Yeah, went to uni. Oh, De Montfort.
I want to kill myself after that.
Proper uni.
Can't believe you just said that.
I went to a proper uni.
Sorry, proper uni, and I was
we-
recording this on the grounds of a football university.
Yes.
That's a proper uni.
Anyway, moving on, not disputing the validity of my degree.
don't
exactly
a nice studio.
We've got
Just gets
Son.
so scared, doesn't
who didn't play well the other day, but I think
Yeah.
he'll be great again. He's always been in my FPL team, and then we've got Watkins, Pedro, and Isak up front.
Yeah.
We go for the same front three.
I think a lot
Interesting.
of
The City
people-
fan has no
everyone I
Haaland.
know has one of has 2 of these 3 players.
Yeah.
But we've got the identical front three.
I've got Solanke instead of Pedro.
Yeah.
And
Okay, yeah,
you
yeah.
have
I'm the same.
you're the same, yeah.
I've got Haaland, Solanke, Isak.
What is it? How many points did you get, Lloyd?
66.
Solanke
So
7.5.
you win. So you're the best this week. So I'll go next. Pope was the option in goal. Defensively, I've done quite well because usually I do quite shit with defenders, but I've done quite well this week. So Pope obviously 9 points. I'd started Trippier, but he's got moved to the bench because he didn't play, which is an issue that I'm going to have to deal with next week because I've already used my transfer.
Oh.
Pedro Porro got me 9 points, which is great. Dallo got me 7, solid. I knew that was a good call. And then Doggy getting 2 is a bit shit, but next week he'll get a few more than that. It's one or the other. One of them's always going to get points, so it's always good to have them in. I didn't captain Salah. I vice captain Salah. He got 14 points. I could have had 28.
Yeah.
I could have had a really good week had I captained it.
Who did you captain?
Isak, because I thought Newcastle were going to absolutely demolish.
I thought so as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like you've got to back whoever's playing Southampton, because they are the worst team in this league by a country mile. Bruno got me 3 points. Could have done better. I thought Scott would come on. Scott McTominay would come on and get me points. Goals late. He usually does. Doesn't this time. I dropped Palmer for him, so I could have had 1 more point, but it's a risk worth taking, I think. Isak got me 10 because I captained him, and then João Pedro and Watkins got me 2 each. The transfer that I've picked for game week 2 is I've got rid of João Pedro and I've gone for Muniz.
Okay.
Because Fulham seem to have a good run of games coming forward with Leicester, Ipswich, and West Ham. And he seems to be their go-to striker nowadays, so I think it's probably going to.
Yeah.
That's actually a really good shout.
Yeah, I think so. I was kind of worried because Jimenez was starting a little bit towards the end of the season every once in a while, but no, it seems like he's got the shirt.
I've also put Robinson in from the start ahead of Trippier.
Yeah.
I think he might be dropped, which is an issue. I will transfer him out, but when I've got the transfers.
Yeah.
And then Palmer has come in for McTominay because now Chelsea are playing teams that they can beat again. So he can get me some points, and then Salah and Bruno will stay in there. The only one in there that I'm slightly concerned about is probably Watkins because he's playing Arsenal. But
yeah, that's why I've benched him for that.
it's either McTominay, Trippier, or Sangare, and I don't feel comfortable putting any of those.
No.
So I'm going to leave it as that next week. I hope that Pedro Porro is not unfit because I am.
Yeah, I did the same thing. In fact, before the Spurs, I bought Pedro Porro.
Oh no.
And then he goes off. It says 75% chance of playing.
Yeah.
If he is fit, he will play.
Yeah,
That's
100%.
one thing you can guarantee.
Yeah, 100%.
With the Spurs backline, is
I am
they
starting
have
Definitely.
to regret my decision this morning.
Oh.
Throw him out. Lol.
Oh
No,
no.
I think he's going to risk it. What's the worst that he gets no
Yeah, 'cause
points and then
Fulham are
Trippier
playing
comes
Leicester.
in?
What am I thinking? I could have had. Oh well.
Yeah.
Actually,
Right.
McTominay my first sub.
Let's go to the person who did the best this week.
Yay.
Before you quickly do you guys know that you can change the order on your bench? So like
Yes.
whoever who's first on your bench gets points if
Yeah.
the person's come on.
I mean, no one's going to get points on my bench anyway because I've spent it all on the starting 11. But
That's on me.
Do we remember the league code just in case anyone wants to join?
You can do it after. Let him do his team first.
No, because they might not.
well, I'm trying to.
We get in
I
soon.
can't remember to be
Yeah,
honest.
wait. Let me think.
Whilst he's doing that, you
Right.
You
Yeah.
go.
All right. Well, I had Pickford, as Tom said, who got me a total of 1 point. So
we've got-
great start from the Everton guy. Martinez got me 7, got me a clean sheet and a bonus point, which was quite good. Van der Ven got 2 because Tottenham played terrible second half against Leicester. Couldn't believe how bad they played. Alexander-Arnold got 8. Unlucky not to get an assist. Should have got 1. Jota missed an absolute sitter of a header. Dan Burn got me 5 because he got a yellow card. Gibbs White got 2. Kind of disappointed about that. Nottingham Forest at home to Bournemouth. I sort of thought that's not a terrible fixture. I think they've got Southampton away next, so
I think Bournemouth are the better team there.
yeah. It's just that I think the first 3 for them was Bournemouth, Southampton, Wolves. I just thought it's not bad. Salah, yeah, as Henry did. I also vice captained him, and he got me 14 points, which. Not great in terms of captaincy, but brilliant that I had him in my team. Jota got me 8, which I'm quite happy about. I think he's going to be the starting striker this season. Haaland got me 7, which pretty pleased with considering it's Chelsea away. It's not an easy game, so he scored, and he's got Ipswich Town at home next week, which
Broken the Chelsea curse.
yeah.
Haaland always performs against a smaller team. It's
We
the
did
finals
score
where he
against-
does seem to have an issue.
Yeah, he's
Tends
just
to not like
a
big
bit
games.
too easy to be marked out of the game, I think.
Yeah. You know the FM trait like doesn't like big games.
Yeah.
Like, that's what he's got there.
Do you reckon? What, Haaland?
Well, he's not scored in the final. He's never
Yeah,
scored
but then
in
again, I think the only final Mohamed Salah scored in was the penalty against Tottenham. I don't think he scored in a final.
No. Also,
And
most of
Kane.
City's goals in finals
And
come
Kane.
from
So
midfielders,
not everyone could be Didier Drogba. Moving on.
No, yeah, I mean Dominic Solanke got me 2. He could have had 1 or 2, I think, in the game against Leicester first half, and then Isak got me 10 because I captained him. But apart from that, 66 points. Can't really complain above the average. Not too bad a start, and I'm very tempted to triple captain Haaland next week at home to Ipswich. Because I don't think there's going to be as many. I've read something. There's not going to be as many double game weeks because I think one of the FA Cup rounds is now an actual weekend.
Right. Okay.
So I think there'll still be double game weeks, but you don't know for what team or what's going to happen. And I think with no Champions League at the moment, Haaland at home against Ipswich Town, most likely, more or less or not, he might play a full 90 minutes because he's not got to get substituted off. So I think.
As someone who watches Ipswich a lot and how they played against Liverpool, I think they'll lose. I think you will win. I do. I don't think they'll get dicked. I think it will be solid. I think it will be.
It depends. It depends if.
When he triple captains Haaland, he gets like 4 goals. And
It
you're
de-
over there.
I'm not boring. I'm not going to put Haaland in my team because I.
It's not boring.
It's not boring,
It's good. You've seen his goal scoring rate. It's outrageous.
91 goals in 100 games.
Exactly that.
And 15 assists. He
Yeah,
has,
well,
he
I
has
want to play the game. I don't want to just win. Like it's fine. I'm gonna
No, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
Well,
That's
well.
fair.
On that note, if you guys do want to join, it is all lowercase FN2T9G. So I think even if you join this week,
Your
You've got to
your
join for game week 2.
your points will still be calculated, I believe,
Yeah,
as long as
still-
you
still
had your
total.
team
Yeah,
created.
that was it. There you go.
I
you
think
can
that's
still
how it
join.
works.
we have well over 50 people in there,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool.
That's right. We've got
And
over 60
the
pounds.
winner gets to guest spot on the podcast and free
Unless
drinks.
it's one of us. What if one of us
It's not
wins
going to be one of us.
it? No, what
And,
if-
Well, but if
Well,
it
then
is,
they
then
get
second.
drinks on the company card.
But should we say whoever gets second then? Whoever's the highest non-podcast member
Yes.
will get to come
That
on the
makes
podcast
sense.
and get drinks.
Whoever's the highest non-podcast member, yeah.
Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
even if you come second, then I'm just
Yes,
too good.
yeah, and then also, but also the person who comes to us, if they are a podcast member, will also get free drinks.
What if it's me?
We really
You
enjoy
don't-
talking through technicalities that should be a group.
It
chat
should be, yes,
conversation.
Well, I mean-
Focus on
I mean,
it.
to be
Yeah.
fair, I don't think anyone's going to win from our
Probably not.
Well, can I get
Thing.
some chocolates if I win?
Yeah.
Henry. You're not going to win, and on that note, I'm going to leave it to them.
Right. Thank you ever so much for watching the first episode of The Gold Show, the Premier League show here on the Blue Podcast Network. If you have enjoyed, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, check out all the socials and everything. Links in the description down below. Thank you for watching. We'll see you soon. Take care.
Cheers, guys.